kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Keen. Hi, everybody. So, we were inspired to share this short practice with you after navigating some really challenging situations in the past 36, 48 hours or so.
Yeah.
Um, we all have something that's uniquely challenging us at any given moment. For us right now, it's finding suitable housing in the right school district with the right space for an in-home working environment and a teenager and a dog over 35 pounds. Who knew it would be this hard to find a place that accepts a golden retriever?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's been stressful.
Yeah. Depleting.
Depleting.
Mm-hmm.
Had a headache yesterday. Needed to take a pretty hardcore nap. And grateful that I was able to do that. So that's kind of what we're struggling with right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have friends who are actually in a similar kind of housing situation, which is a whole other topic we could do a live on. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something going on in your world also that you could use this practice to help you move through it in a way that is a little more bearable and a little less exhausting.
We were talking about this last night, just how drained we were after a frustrating day. And I just noticed, oh, our upcoming heart party is about this very thing. Like, how are we going to make all this stuff happen if we're running into these frustrations, these roadblocks? And it just struck me, like, this is the place to practice.
Mm-hmm. This is that thing. This is where it matters.
Yeah.
So.
And that place where life gives us opportunities to practice.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready to practice?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell them a little bit about this practice before we begin?
So Angel and I took a certification course with the HeartMath Institute where we learned how to help people practice the same skills that are part of our everyday. And, it's that whole idea of being able to prepare for, recover from, and adapt to stressful situations. So here we are.
Here we are.
This particular one that seemed really appropriate is called the Heart Soak. So we're tapping into this technology in the heart that has its own brain center, its own endocrine center, so it can secrete hormones, it can send neurotransmitters, and it can offer intelligence to us. We just have to get into a space of activating it, knowing how to do that. And this helps us calm our central nervous system, and it helps us open up our intuition, and it gets the mind out of that place that it loves to be in, that cycling in, what do I do about this thing? The uncertainty, the unknown. And it's really pretty simple. We begin by just acknowledging the situation. And this feels a lot like our transforming worry into wonder,
Mm-hmm.
right? Identify that thing. And then it's a process of surrendering into not knowing how it's going to happen. Not exactly. We may have some clues, but
we may have some wants, but surrendering into that place where we don't actually know how it's going to turn out. And how uncomfortable that place is.
When things are unsettled, we tend to not feel very safe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a way of cultivating some of that sense of safety, not getting washed away by the intensity of the experience we have when we're confronted with something uncertain.
Or getting washed away by it, which sometimes
Yeah.
happens too. That happened to me yesterday. But then finding your way back
Mhm.
to this space is really key.
Yeah.
So let's do the practice,
Okay.
and then let's talk a little more about it after.
All right.
All right?
Good idea.
Thanks.
So you can keep your eyes open. You can close them if you're comfortable. Thank you for joining us, by the way. And whatever that issue, that situation, that point of contention might be in your life right now, just acknowledge it. Just take that moment to recognize that it's there. And then bring your attention to the center of your chest. Begin to imagine that your breath is flowing in and out through your heart or chest area. Just start breathing a little slower and a little deeper than usual. Just find an easy rhythm that feels comfortable. And if by chance, I'm not saying this will happen to you, but if by chance your mind starts going, well, what about that thing we're so worried about? Just acknowledge it. Notice that that's happened. And bring your attention back to the center of your chest. Begin again to imagine that your breath is flowing in and out through the area around your heart. And as you continue this heart-focused breathing rhythm, just imagine taking this worry or concern and placing it in a piece of paper or fabric and just folding up the edges, making a nice little bundle of it. And then place that little bundle right into your heart space. Allow this issue, whatever it is, to just soak in the intelligence and wisdom of your heart. Allowing it time to offer some new insight, some deeper wisdom that might be available. And this might take a few minutes, it might take a few days. Just allow that to unfold. And while you're waiting, you can just drop into this space of bringing your attention to that center of your chest and imagining your breath flowing in and out of your heart. You can move into and out of this calm space as many times as you wish. You can't overdo it.
There's no negative side effects. But you were talking earlier about the access to, well, first of all, being calmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that intuitive guidance. And I noticed today that yesterday you had given me a little piece of information. Like finding housing in the right school district has been a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And One of the things that Keene offered me was this reminder that sometimes school districts will make allowances under certain circumstances to take care of the issue that we're experiencing right now. But when I saw that, I was just like, whatever, like that's not going to happen, because I was shut down to possibility because I was drained and frustrated. And I had a good night's sleep last night, thankfully. Sleep better yoga is a wonderful thing. And today, while I was just driving, it hit me, oh, I just need to reach out to the schools and explain to them exactly what's going on. And I did it. It flowed like really easily. I was able to communicate the gist of what I'm experiencing and what our needs are. And I really was not in that place yesterday. So that's just a real-time example how that plays out for me in my life right now.
We do a lot of work through these techniques with anchoring in positive experiences or regenerative emotional states as a way of creating a little spaciousness and allowing ourselves to feel like we can manage the physical and psychological response we have to things that are worrisome, stressful. And I was thinking, well, gosh, I've been in this place before, you know.
Oh, yeah.
In 2020, I had sold my house, and I had been looking for months for a piece of property to go to next. And it wasn't happening. And I made a post on Facebook. For some strange reason, I'm not worried about this. And that makes no sense at all. And the next thing that happened was that somebody I didn't know invited me to come and stay with them. And I think it was for a song, was how they described. And they knew me through my poetry, so it was very appropriate. But just having that experience helps me to be in this space of wonder. Like, well, that was possible.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that same thing would happen again, but that whole time for me was a real lesson in there are ways in which I think this needs to happen, and here's a nice surprise.
Mm-hmm. That you did not conceive of
Mm-hmm.
could happen.
And that's that third piece of that transforming worry into wonder process. Like, well, I just have this feeling like it might be okay. Not in the way I expect.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just see what happens. And it takes a lot of practice to stay in that space.
To stay, yeah, it does.
It's more like, oh, I fell out. Oh, here I am. Oh, here I'm back.
There's a lot of falling forward.
Mhm.
Well, thanks for sharing that practice, Keene.
Yeah.
We're going to do it again. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're going to do it again at the Heart Party on August 26th at the Healing Spot in Camp Hill from 1 to 3. And we'll share the heart soak technique and some other fun stuff, including a little creative practice that will help transform whatever it is you're worrying about right now into a state of wonder so that you can be available for the unexpected little miracles that may just be around the corner. We don't know.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll have this cool little piece of art that you've made as a reminder of that whole process. You just stick it on the fridge or on your desk or
In the
on
car.
the dashboard. Just
Yeah.
keep it with you. Let it keep talking to you.
Yeah.
It's just that little reminder.
We need lots of those reminders.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah, we'll be back again soon. Bye.
Bye.